This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets. Workbook Nuggets was written to be a commentary or study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading the book's full commentary on today's workbook lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some impromptu thoughts and comments on today's lesson and my commentary. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 64, March 5. Let me not forget my function. Be mindful of the actions which you take today. Each is an opportunity to make one of two choices. 1, forgive, or 2, forget your function. Do not let it be an ordinary day filled with rote actions. Can you remember your function all day? Can you do it? That is, be fully conscious in yourself, i.e., forgive by looking beyond the separate bodies and your self-interests? For even one such action or decision? Can you see nothing but love or calls for love? It is not the activities you do, acts you take, or words you say. It is the remembering and intention as you do and say them which matters. Choose to see differently, to see from a perspective other than your ego. Choose to be happy. Choosing to see from the perspective of the one self and choosing to be happy are the same choice. Quote, let me forgive and be happy, end quote. Unfortunately, it is impossible to give explicit directions for seeing and choosing from the one self rather than your ego. That comes to each of us individually through doing the lessons and their meditations. One trick that I have found to be helpful is to notice whether I am approaching a decision from a zero-sum framework. If I am looking at the decision from the framework of one person's gain being someone else's loss, I am not seeing from the one self, which by definition sees no separate selves to win or lose. The one self sees only gain for everyone, an ever-expanding pie of oneness rather than separate pieces and recipients. It is definitely not the way the world works. But then again, we are trying to see beyond the world's rules to the unity and kingdom beneath. Another strategy that works for some students is to, quotes, sleep on an issue, end quotes, or, quotes, give it to their unconscious, end quote. These are just other ways to bypass the ego, which is the ultimate goal. The commentary on today's lesson, which I just read, may be the longest one in my entire book, so I'll keep these further comments brief. The lesson title is, Let Me Not Forget My Function. Sounds a lot like a prayer, and actually it is. You are asking to remember your function, which we know is forgiveness. So you are asking to remember to see the reality beyond the illusion of your ordinary day-to-day consciousness. Learning to do that isn't easy. you need help. We all do. So ask for help. Ask and it shall be given you. Let me not forget my function. This is you asking, and it is also the granting of your request. Someone fully asleep in the illusion neither would nor could so ask or pray. They just think that the world they see is all there is. But you already know enough to ask to see another way, another world. You are no longer completely in the illusion's grasp.